Find out how you might be able to get a stimulus check from none other than your insurance company. For real. How another IRS error is keeping families from getting stimulus checks. When the deadline for the Golden State stimulus, Nancy Pelosi's new deadline for passing Biden's infrastructure bill, those two different bills that are in the pipeline right now, and one reason you might be getting more child tax credit than you originally thought. Hey, everybody, hope you're having a superb, great, Sunday. Hey, everybody, here's your stimulus check, second stimulus check, third stimulus check, fourth stimulus check, executive action, executive order. My goal in these videos is to give you the best information to access government and private money for yourself, your loved ones, and your business, which is why we cover EIDL, grants, all kinds of stuff, unemployment, the whole bit, personal finances, real estate, stock market, crypto, and credit, for your investments, to generate income, and to save you loads of money. If you look around, you'd be shocked how many different ways money is being given away right now. There's one that you probably hadn't considered, though. After what's being called the, quote, great driving slowdown of 2020, like lots of people are at home, right? Not driving their cars. Car finance companies started offering discounts and rebates for their customers. It turned out they only gave back 1/3 of the extra funds they gathered. So they actually made a lot more money, and by the insurance companies, they're supposed to pay out a certain percentage of their claims. Well, if people weren't driving and wrecking cars and doing what they do and costing the insurance companies money, they ended up with a surplus. Guess whose surplus that is? It's ours, because they have to pay out a certain amount in claims. They're restricted. J. Robert Hunter, CFA Director of Insurance, CFA is a certified financial analyst. He said, as we pointed out in letter after letter by the insurance regulators throughout 2020, it is crystal clear that insurance premiums relief was woefully inadequate, which means they got to shell out more money. If you did not receive a rebate, chances are you're owed one. I'm not kidding. Contact your car insurance provider to get your money. There could be more on the way as well. In Nevada, there's even a class action lawsuit against some insurers for hiking premiums the moment the driving slowdown came to an end. This was premature since people are still struggling and have not received their rebate, as well as some people are still not driving or even have a job yet. Again, contact your car insurance provider because you might have some extra money just sitting around waiting for you. Meanwhile, the IRS is getting glitchy again, right? It's happening. I mean, they've got so much on their plate right now. This kind of thing happens. Unfortunately, it means people aren't getting their money they're rightfully owed. So what's happening? As you all know by now, the IRS is using a third-party application called ID.me. Maybe you don't know that, but you have to use your phone, facial recognition, and that is dividing the nation. Some people are confused by it. Some are comfortable with the facial recognition software altogether, and some are okay with it. Some people don't like it. It's like, really? You're actually facial recognition? Are we, super spy state, right? Lately, users have encountered error code 2001. That's not a year. It prevents them from getting $300 tax credit. The error is followed by a condition has been identified that prevents your access to the service. That's what you get as far as the explanation of the code. The IRS has confirmed that this is just an error and you should not be denied access. There's no known cause for the error, though. The IRS is working to resolve it. Contact the IRS directly to get it resolved. I know they've been, hard to reach these days, but keep trying so you can get your money and, get it resolved, because it's not really something that should prevent you from getting the money. They can't figure it out, but they're trying. Up next, we've got some news about the big stimulus from California residents that will be receiving the Golden State stimulus. There are a lot of questions surrounding the Golden State stimulus, the GSS, like when the deadline is to sign up. You probably already know that the deadline for filing taxes is July 15th. However, there's an extension period. If you don't owe taxes, that deadline is October 15th. You do have to file your taxes before the date in order to get the GSS. And I know that's the month and a month and a half from now, so you're probably not that worried about it. But don't put it off and miss out on your chance to get that money, because it's sitting there for you. And up next, we've got more news about Biden's infrastructure plan from Nancy Pelosi. Of course, people were talking about Biden and what's happening in the Middle East, but we stay focused on this channel about your money. Speaking of October deadlines, Pelosi has put her foot down and said that the decision must be made by the first of the month. She said in a letter she wrote, any delays to passing the budget resolution threatens the timetable for delivering the historic process and transformational vision that the Democrats share. Yesterday, we talked about how centrist Democrats who were hesitant about the bill risk losing fundraising. Yep, we're not going to give you money to support your campaign if you don't go with the program. Now, they have a deadline to make up their minds. Pelosi continued, the House is hard at work on enacting both the Build Back Better plan and the bipartisan infrastructure bill before October 1st, when the infrastructure bill would go into effect. Interesting, right? She's saying. So it looks like big changes are just around the corner, not far, like about a month away. I know you still might be stuck in March, but we're like literally we're at the end of August. Let me know in the comments what you think about this and whether you think it'll make a big difference. I mean, it is close to $4.5 trillion hitting the economy in different ways. Finally, do you know much about the child tax credit funds? Well, if you have not yet filed, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Those who have filed around July are getting the $3,000 broken up until the end of the year. So you're going to get bigger payments in a shorter period of time before the second half of the payment comes next year. So you get catch-up payments. The same rule applies to those who have filed late, meaning you're getting back pay. Yes, what could be better than some good old back pay? Fewer checks were with higher amount while you've got to sit around, you're going to sit around and get your huge lump sum as everyone else will be expecting less money. So you late filing, you're going to get more money. So pretty cool. That's your stimulus check, second stimulus check, keeping it real and positive here. Your executive action, executive orders, and your stimulus package updates for Sunday, August 22nd, 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and